The UK media present the financial and economic implications of a Brexit vote as if it would have the exact same impact on all parts of the UK. But our research has shown that a Brexit would impact far more negatively on Scotland's economy. The cost of the UK's annual EU membership is £8.4 billion. Now, the Leave campaign claim it's £17.8 billion. Actually, they round it up to £18 billion. But the UK never pays that amount, as several other EU member countries chip in to pay £4.9 billion of our membership fees for us. And then the UK receives another £4.5 billion back in EU grants. Now, Scotland pays 8.4% population share of the UK's EU fees, but draws down 17.4% of the EU spending in the UK. Thus, you can see the EU plays a vital role in redistributing the overly concentrated investment and wealth of London and the South East back to Scotland. So that's £1.1 billion for a membership, but we get back £782,600,000. Once you also subtract the research grants to Scottish companies and the aid component of our membership that we're committed to pay anyway, Scotland's EU membership fee is £97 million, so that's £18 per head per year. 97 million gets Scotland tariff-free access to the common market, which generates £7 billion of Scotland's GDP, or economic turnover, which then creates around £2.2 billion of tax revenue per year. Less than 97 million, Scotland's net benefit from EU membership is approximately £2.1 billion per year. So for every £1 that Scotland gives the EU, we get at least 20 back. To maintain the trading benefit and access to the common market, there are only 3 post-Brexit trading choices: the Norwegian, the Swiss, and Canadian options. The Norwegian option is the only one that offers full trade access and could also be done within the required 2-year timetable following a Brexit vote. Norway, however, has to pay 95%, and the Swiss, with limited market access, pay 56% of the UK's EU membership fee per head, whilst receiving zero EU spending in return. So there'll be little or no membership fee saving for the UK following a Brexit, but actually a significant financial loss for Scotland. However, both Norway and Switzerland still require to allow EU immigration, to follow EU regulations and EU product standards, but they have no MEPs or no European Council members to vote or influence on these regulations. So they still have to pay, but they get no say. The Canadian option, a TTIP style free trade deal, would typically take about 7 years to negotiate and would offer limited market access. Canada, like Switzerland, has no financial sector access, making it a completely unworkable solution for the UK. Leave campaigners claim that getting rid of EU legislation would make the UK economy more productive and far more competitive. But actually, this could only be done if you undo EU legislation that protects workers' rights, such as holiday pay entitlement, maternity pay, the working time directive that limits how many hours you can be forced to work every week, health and safety rules, age, gender and race discrimination at work, and also the overall human rights which are intrinsically linked to our EU membership. Every employer that I have spoken to thinks that removing workers' rights at a time when wages are squeezed and job security remains low, and when confidence in the economy is also so low, that could create employee morale issues, union opposition, and actually lead to significantly weakened productivity and significantly weakened competitiveness. As Scotland attracts so much EU spending and exports far more per head than the UK as a whole, EU membership is far more important to us, and our EU membership creates more, better paid and higher quality jobs for the people of Scotland.